All right, welcome to the Comic Book Shop of Doom. I'm your host. This is the nightly news for Tuesday, July 14th, 2020. So I'm putting this up late Monday night, July 13th. This video is not for children. So if you're under 13, get your parents' permission to watch this. I don't need a $40,000 fine from COPA, YouTube, or the government, especially with some of the topics I've been covering lately, especially in the wrestling business. There's stuff that is not for under 13-year-olds. So please get your parents' permission. Ask them to watch it with you if anything, and they could help you out if anything you don't understand or you're confused with. Okay, let's get into your nightly news. We got a couple of deaths, and this is really shocking here. Kelly Preston, 57, from breast cancer. She was sick for 2 years, so was John Travolta's wife. So that's a shocker. She was a pretty lady, and she did a lot of movies. And she's one of those people that you haven't seen in a while, and now you know why. So she was sick, and condolences to her family and friends. And then they found the body of Naya Rivera. That was the Glee star that fell off the boat in that lake. So her body's been missing for 5 days. So they finally found her, and they confirmed it's her. So rest in peace to her. She had a 4-year-old son. So that's always bad too, leave a kid without a parent. That's horrible. Okay, there's going to be a Miss Macy movie from Amblin. So Amblin's basically DreamWorks. So they're putting all their movies now through Universal. Gene Smart's going to star in it. There's going to be an HBO movie called Son of a Bitch. So see what I mean about language and content? They're actually going to make a movie called Son of a Bitch. It's going to be a comedy. Okay, Idris Elba signed a first-look deal with Apple. So that means that anything he develops, if he comes up with a movie, a TV show, a play, a script, a book, whatever he wants to do, he takes it to them first, and they have first rights of refusing it or making it. Okay, Harvey Weinstein, $19 million payout to victims is being challenged. After all the lawyers and everything, some of the victims are only going to get between 10 and 15 grand. So they're already screaming it's not enough money. The American film market will be an online deal in 2020 edition, so that's usually around October. And it's basically a film market in Santa Monica. A couple hotels, they screen movies, they sell them to different people around the world for exhibition and video on demand and cable rights and stuff like that. The Hong Kong Disneyland and movie theaters are closed again due to the COVID-19, and same with California movie theaters. So they shut everything down again because of the COVID-19 spread again. The HasLab Sentinels hit 8,000 backers. So they needed 6,000 to make it successful, so it's going to get made. And they're going to have vandal damaged parts, and they got a master mold head for it. So every time that this thing hits another tier, they add goodies to it. So it's $350, and it's only 26 inches. So, I mean, that's a hard sell for me. I would have liked it if they would have did the Tri-Sentinel, where it has the 3 faces in the one. It was like a 3-built Sentinel in one. I think that would have been a better thing to make, because they've already made that Sentinel toy a couple of times, at least twice that I know of. So they could have did something different. Okay, Star Wars news. This is huge. The Bad Batch, the animated series, is coming to Disney Plus in 2021. So it's a sequel to the Clone Wars. It was that squad of clone soldiers, the Bad Batch. So they're going to get their own show. That's a really cool idea. Okay, The Empire Strikes Back. It grossed 644 grand in 611 theaters. So there's 1,500 movie theaters open in the United States out of like 20. There was at one point 20,000. So I don't know what it is now, but so 1.5 thousand theaters are open, and it made $644,000 over the weekend. Okay, Hannah has been renewed for season 2 on Amazon Prime Video. James Gunn wanted to make Velma in the early Scooby-Doo films gay, but Warner Brothers told him no. Joel Schumacher's cut of Batman Forever is 170 minutes long. So this has been going back and forth whether this thing's going to get released. I say if Warner Brothers, if they have it, everything should go on that streaming service that they basically have. It's just an extra option for people to watch. Tenet, the release is unlikely in August now. So this is another Warner Brothers movie. When will this thing get released? If movie theaters keep getting shut down, who knows? I did a video talking about the death of movie theaters, and it's not funny. I don't like that at all, but it's looking like this is really bad. This stuff keeps coming back. Sirius XM Radio buys Stitcher, which is a podcast company, for $325 million. There's actually a Warren Ellis website now where all people that are his accusers are on there. It's called www.somanyofus.com. So that's the website where people complain about Warren Ellis accusations about him harassing women. Emily in Paris is moving to Netflix from the Paramount Network. There's a new comic book shop. And every place is closing down. There's a new one. It's called Superscript Comics and Games. It's in Lakewood, Ohio. So they're defying the odds. They're actually opening a comic book shop in the pandemic. There's going to be a Top Gun Transformer, a Maverick jet. So it's an Autobot. It transforms into a jet. So they got a toy of this thing. So I think it's Hasbro Pulse exclusive or something. So you have to look that up online. Okay, UFC 251 did 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. And those things are usually like, was it $50 to $65 a piece? So that's a lot of money. Okay, wrestling news. MLW's released a set of face masks. So they got masks for the pandemic. There's 4 different ones. Charlotte Flair has a breast leak. So one of her breast implants was leaking silicone. She started feeling bad, and when she went in, she has silicone poisoning. So she had to do the least invasive surgery they could get. So that's why she's been out recovering from that. Okay, Tammy Sunny Sitch has been arrested. Driving a car without a license. She was on parole. She was violating restraining orders. So there's a ton of shit that she got arrested for. So she just got out of jail like in February. She was in jail for like a year. And they said that she was running a high price website where she has nude pictures of herself. It's a subscription service, and she was making a really good living. So she wrecked that. Okay, Kevin Owens is the one that claims that he got Vince McMahon to make everybody wear masks at the tapings, where he told them that, you should have masks here. Kevin Owens' grandfather or something died from the COVID-19, so that's why he's concerned about this. Mike Bennett, 3 years sober, so he celebrated his third anniversary of not being on pills and booze. Vince McMahon didn't get anybody's input for the recent WWE releases, which this week these guys are able to start doing indie shots or sign contracts with other companies to appear. So all those releases that were a couple weeks back, like 90 days, so like 3 months. So you have there was like 45 guys released. So these were all Vince McMahon picks. They said that AJ Styles was mad at Paul Heyman because he didn't stick up for the Good Brothers. Paul Heyman had nothing to do with it. It was all Vince's picks. It was all people that Vince didn't think cut the mustard. And then WWE is concerned about Jamie Noble. Okay, he came out and he said he had COVID-19. Well, here's the deal why they're concerned. He interacted with a lot of people because he was an agent. And he would get in the ring. He would position people. He would show them how to do holds. All kinds of stuff. So he was a real hands-on producer. And they like him in that role. And they said he's good at it. But he interacted with a lot of people. So they're thinking that he could have spread it around, to other people. So that's why they got all these people are positive with it. So have a good night. Everybody have a good one.